Hello family, welcome to another beautiful edition of Annie Otter's vlog. If today's your first day watching me, you are in the right place at the right time. If you're a returning subscriber, follower, friend, lover, thank you so much for coming back. I really love and appreciate you. So in today's edition, I am going to be discussing a topic that is very important and very sensitive at the same time. So this topic requires a very matured mind, okay? It's a relationship issue. Yes. So how do we deal with difficult in-laws? Especially if you have African background, African origin. So our marriage seems to be community marriage in the sense that it has all relatives involved, both the wife's family and the husband's family. So it's all interwoven, even family, friends, and church members. So we have our marriages like a community relationship. So how do we manage difficult in-laws? My topic is mainly on the woman that is married into a family. How do you deal with your husband's family, especially the difficult ones? So those are the ones we're going to focus on, okay? There's no way you're going to sit there and say, no, everybody loves me and I love everybody. I don't have any problem with anybody. That's the biggest lie from the pit of hell. There is somebody who don't love you the way you expect them to love you, or you don't love the way you should love them, or you even don't relate to them the way you should relate to them. Okay? So these are the individuals we are going to be focusing on. Marriage itself is difficult, but having to deal with difficult in-laws makes it more difficult, so unbearable. So that I would say my number one is to maintain a united front. So you and your spouse has to be on the same page. You have to agree on certain things. You have to communicate effectively so that if any of these issues comes up, you'll be able to resolve it, discuss it, and take care of it amicably, peacefully, and in a very fruitful, strategic way, okay? So again, the couple involved are the ones that should be united first before they'll be able to face the other family member that is coming into the family to mess things up, okay? So again, unity in your relationship is the number one thing. Communication comes with it as well. So you should be one voice. You should be at the same level of operation, okay? So you should stand by each other, backing each other and supporting each other to be able to navigate this situation when it comes. That means both of you must be on the same page on this issue. Both of you should make a decision together how to handle these issues amicably and favorably to both parties. So my number two is setting boundaries and maintaining those boundaries, okay? So the husband and wife, the couple involved, must set and maintain healthy boundaries, okay? So it's not a boundary to lock anybody out, but a boundary that states limitation where the in-laws can come and stop, how they should be able to jump into your issues, things that concerns you, and when a decision needs to be made between the couples, okay? You know, some in-laws can be overbearing. They don't know when to stop. So they will just think that they have every right to contribute, to participate, to decide on what goes on inside your home. So how do you deal with these people? So in order for the couple to maintain joy, peace, and sanity in their home, in their relationship, genuine and healthy boundaries must be set, okay? Boundaries you set depends on individuals. It's not the same boundary across the board. Those ones that are overbearing, these are the ones you have to know what's at the tightness, the level of tightness of their boundaries, okay? So again, if you give everybody too much latitude, okay, this can quickly make some in-laws to get control of your relationship and make things get out of hand very quickly. And you need to be careful setting them, because that will be also a point of criticism and a point of persecution to you. So that's why you need to be very, very careful. So if too much advances are being made of any type, be it financial or living arrangements, if this is intruding into your relationship and destroying it, then you need to reevaluate the boundaries that have been set, and you can reset these boundaries to maintain peace, love, unity and sanity of your home. Okay, so you must apply wisdom. So the Bible said in Ecclesiastes 10:10b, wisdom is profitable to direct. Okay, so you should know when to apply this wisdom. The next one here is expectations. So when it comes to expectations, I will tell you to reset your expectation buttons when you come into marital relationship, especially the newly wedded. Okay, so sometimes you come into a relationship thinking that everybody's going to love you, respect you, assist you, support you, praise you, give you gift, words of affirmation, love you the way you want. Sometimes it doesn't happen. In short, most of the times it does not happen in a relationship. So when you come in, you lower that expectation. If you get it, that's fine. It's even better that you don't expect it and you get it than you expect it and you don't get it. You'll be disappointed. So again, prior to getting into a marital relationship, you might see your in-laws loving you, giving you gifts, praising you and everything. Then you come into that marital relationship expecting it to be even better and bigger, and you don't see it coming. Instead, you see people clicking around, even trying to convince each other that you are a bad omen to their family. Okay, so when that happens, you lower your expectations. Even people you love, even people you care so much about, don't be surprised, out of nowhere they will start frowning faces, they will start making faces. Okay, so again, when you come into this type of relationship, do not expect everybody to understand, because they will not. Especially those who have entitlement mentality. Those are the first people to start hating, because they're no longer getting 100% of your husband's attention, 100% of your husband's income. They're no longer getting it, 100% of penetration into your husband's life. Maybe they're no longer successful on that. So their mindset tells them you are the one causing this problem, and they will start hating and forming clique to fight against you. But again, what is their gain in this? Didn't they expect their brother to marry at some point? What's their gain? If they love their brother, they should support him in his marriage, in his relationship. They shouldn't be doing anything that will stress him out or cause his marriage to break down. Okay, just bear in mind that not everybody can love us, okay, and we cannot please everybody. So to satisfy everybody is not possible. It's not possible, because some people naturally can never be satisfied no matter what you do. So don't expect them to change, but change the way you approach them. Try to understand them. If they don't want to be understood, okay, give them that little space and treat them from a distance. Show them kindness from a distance. So in other words, you cannot control how people treat you, but you can control how you respond to that treatment and how you allow them to treat you. In other words, you can put a stop to what you cannot tolerate. You expect 100% from these people, and you have never given the lady any little gift since she was married into your family. Think about it. It doesn't matter if they have it all, but that they remembered giving her and her kids some type of gift. Think about it. It's also possible. You expect too much, but you don't give anything. So guys, another point about how to deal with difficult in-laws is to keep your cool. Keep your cool. Don't let anybody steal your joy, okay? Keep your cool. Trust me. Learn how to keep your cool. Don't let anything throw you out there, out of your personality, out of your character, because human beings are never going to be satisfied, okay? Especially if you are married into a family where your husband is the one carrying so many people. There's no way you're going to satisfy everybody. So trying to satisfy everybody is breaking yourself down. So do the best you can and keep your cool. So in as much as possible, there are beautiful, nice in-laws, there are as well stressful in-laws that will cause you depression in your own home. So there are so many of them so overbearing. When you ask them what is the problem, they don't even know. They can't even pinpoint. Only that they cannot bend you the way they want. They cannot control you the way they want. They cannot put you in their pocket the way they want. That's the only problem they have with you. In other words, you cannot come into my house and belittle me and insult me and make me uncomfortable and unhappy. That is not fair to me. I deserve respect. I deserve kindness. I deserve love. Don't let them bring that toxicity in them into your house, okay? Don't allow them to kick you to the curb from your own house. So that's where setting boundaries and being united with your spouse is very, very important. So your spouse can help talk to his family. It's very, very important that you exercise patience, okay? Because so when it's hot, keep your cool. Don't fight tooth for tooth, and do not try to make peace when things are hot. Allow it to cool off. Then you try to advise several means of making sure that peace reigns. So if you are the type that love peace, the type that will swallow your pride, sometimes you'll be the one to pursue peace with all men, because it make every effort to live in peace with all men. But what about when you're making every effort and it doesn't work? Just pray for them. Pray for them. One day, God is going to make it click, okay? So Matthew chapter 5, verse 44, it says that love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. So another way to deal with difficult in-laws is to look for common ground. Okay, so when I say common ground, you focus on the things that mainly brings the family together. Even if it's going to Christmas reunion, going home together, or visitations, or weekends out, or maybe occasions, you have a family time. You know, those things that bring family together, find a common ground with it and flow with it, okay? And don't be too critical about things, because people will step on your feet. So you have to learn how to overlook certain things, okay? If you want peace to really reign, you have to learn how to overlook certain things. In order that, if going on a weekend trip to your sister-in-law's works, do that once in a while. It's not like you're going to be throwing yourself at them. You know, you still keep your distance, because see finish no good. If person see you finish, it's not good either. Stand. Avoid topics that will bring disputes, misunderstanding, fight, stress. Avoid discussing those topics. Just find a way to corner it and sugarcoat it and just dismiss it or ignore it, cover it up with something else. Any topic that will bring problem, do not discuss it, okay? So in other words, know your limitations of discussion. In the midst of being happy, be careful as well. So in Ephesians 4:32, it said, be kind to one another, okay? Tender-hearted, forgiving everyone, okay? So in other words, God in Christ forgive us. So we should learn how to forgive one another, because there are people who are so overbearing. So try to know this is the common ground. This is where we can understand each other, and do not go beyond their understanding, because there are people who don't think out of the box. So you treat everybody according to their strengths and weaknesses, okay? There are some in-laws you can discuss any topic with, you jive with it, you play with it, and they will understand it. Even when misunderstanding comes, you will just rush over it and move on. But there are some of them, oh my goodness, when once you step in, you don't enter wahala be that, and they will not understand you again. They will fight you to finish, okay? So people like that, you treat each other according to their level of understanding. So you find that common ground where both of you can understand each other. You stay at it. You stay at it. If you know the kind of sensitivity they have, you stay away from anything that will cause misunderstanding, dispute, or fight, okay? Common ground is very, very important to know. So another way to deal with difficult in-laws is to consider their backgrounds, okay? Consider your background and consider their background. So as our faces are different, so are our issues, our concerns, our understanding, our political understanding, our socio-economic understanding. So your financial background are all different. Even environment where you were raised, and again, religious or anything else, they are all different. So you got to understand, even generational differences, you got to understand where they're coming from. Let's say, for example, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, they are from different generations. So the way they raise kids are different from the way you are raising your children today. So even when they critique your children, even when they say something about your children, be nice enough to understand that these folks are coming from different generations and you are raising your kids differently. And again, you have the autonomy to raise your kids the way you want. You alone and your spouse have the autonomy to raise your kids the way you want. Every other person is just making a suggestion and you are not inclined to keep them. So if they say, oh, you say, oh, that's good, thank you very much. But within you, you know what you want to do and how you want to raise your children. So for them to tell you this and that and you start shouting, no, don't even do that. Understand them. Then again, coming to socio-economic level or background, or for some of them, whenever they don't get their way, it's the wife that is causing it. The wife is blocking them. The wife is telling him not to give. They are quick to point fingers. So understand them that this entitlement mentality in their brain is never going to go away. And you can never stop giving them till eternity. So understand them where they're coming from. And again, your husband, the spouse, the man should be able to address his family when things are not like this, and when we can do and when we cannot do. If they like, let them not understand. Some people are meant not to understand. They will never understand, no matter what you explain to them. Another way to deal with difficult in-laws is to express your feelings. Talk about it. Yeah, sometimes we try not to cause problem between our husbands and his family, and we harbor all these things inside of us. Sometimes it becomes so heavy and unbearable. So you have to find a way to communicate and discuss it. Being very, very sensitive that you're not going to cause problem between your husband and his family. So talk about it. In other words, it's very important that at some point you will find a way to express your feelings. Allow your voice to be heard. Okay? So loud and clear. Let it to be heard loud and clear. So one deserves to be respected and treated kindly where she is married into. Okay? So when people refuse to be kind to you, respectful and love you, you have to express yourself how you feel towards this. So if these are a group of people who have maturity and understanding, education and exposure, they will understand. Then again, it has nothing to do with education. You just have to deal with having mentality to understand that this person deserves respect in her home, deserves to be treated right in her home, deserves to be loved in her home, deserves kindness to be shown to her, even though she's married to your home. She is not your slave and to be maltreated and bullied anyhow. Okay? So at some point, you will know that you have to express your feelings. Don't harbor these things so that they will not explode at some times. So if anybody is being toxic and traumatic to you in your home, yes, you have to find a way to be expressive so that boundaries can be set to such people, so that such people can have limitations how they intrude into your home. So in other words, there are behaviors that are unacceptable. So you speak out about it. Your voice got to be heard. Your feelings have to be expressed when people are being so ignorant and they don't know how to treat somebody that is being married into their family. Your voice have to be heard. Express your feelings, okay? So you must release your anger, frustration, and hurt in your home, okay? Let them know how they have frustrated you. Let them know how they have disrespected you. Let them know how they have been so hurtful and hateful in your home, and that is not right. Nobody deserves to be treated that way. So in other words, if they refuse to understand, be patient with them. This might not happen overnight. Sometimes it might take time. It might take a toll on them to come into realization or understanding that what they have been doing have been so absolutely wrong all around. Pray for them. There's nothing God cannot do. It's just a question of time, and God will bring back his intervention. And if they are not good to you, Leave everything to God. Again, you cannot satisfy everybody, and do not expect everybody to love you. There are people, no matter what you do, they're just going to fight. They think you are competing with them. For what now? You are in your lane, I'm in my lane. All we need to do is to understand each other and love each other and get along and be kind to each other. All right, guys, so I hope we have learned one or two things about how to deal with difficult in-laws. They are there. There's no way you're going to tell me that your marriage is super perfect and there's no glitches along the way. Okay, but again, you got to ask God for the spirit of discernment, wisdom, how to navigate these situations when it comes. Okay, you're not going to be so sweet to everybody. There are people who are not going to like you no matter what you do. In every atom of everything, everybody have love and kindness inside of them, but they show the part they want to cheat you, they want you to fail. Okay, so show them kindness and pray to them. One day God will visit them, Holy Spirit will touch them, and they will have a change of mind, and they will come to understand and realize that what they have been doing is not good. Okay, and be open-minded, kind-heartedly accept them. Do not go back to visit the old things. Just flow with the new edition of them. Okay, all right, guys, so thank you so much for watching another beautiful edition of Annie Otter's vlog. I love you so much. Do not forget to like, share, and comment on my videos. Mwah. Bye, guys.